Okay, this is part 2 of my 2021 general reading for the country, people in general, people around the world. I'm doing a part 2 because Spirit still had more to say even when I thought that I was done. So it's just a few other details that were pressing and things that I needed to clarify that was still in my spirit, that my spirits wanted to for me to elaborate on. So again, even though I see Orisha in my consciousness when I'm doing intuitive readings, it has to be verified through Orisha and Ifa divination. But what I see in my consciousness is just what I see in my consciousness. So starting out again with Eshu, the Eshu that I see is more of a policing type of Eshu that's in this year. So all the people who are these fake priests, the fake babalawos, the people that you met in the hood that said that they were initiated and they're Oshun and they're this and they're that, all the inexperienced readers reading people on Facebook for 25 cents and $5, dropping my Cash App readers who have no experience, who have no mentors, the people who was supposed to do the elbow and felt like they didn't need to pay the priest to do it and they wanted to do the elbow themselves when they don't know what they're doing. These type of people, a lot of authentic people have been sitting back and just saying, okay, we gonna see what happened. Well, this is one of them years where if you've been playing around and you call yourself a priest, priestess, spiritualist, and you're not authentic, you don't have that license, or you don't have whatever it is that you need, mentorship, guidance, experience, what initiations, whatever it is that you're supposed to have, and you're pretending to have these things and you're pretending to work with spirits, this is going to be a crushing year for those type of people. They are going to experience craziness and a lot of hardships, and it's like what that old saying, when the roosters come back to roost or whatever. I don't even talk like this. So this is really Spirit showing a lot of problems and extreme conditions occurring for certain people who are playing games spiritually. Laws. So back on the laws and the whole traditionalists and conservatists, people who believe in strong religious lifestyles, and people who don't agree with like a free living type of lifestyle, any non-traditional beliefs, non-traditional lifestyles. There's going to be a lot of laws coming down from people in the government who are going to restrict this type of energy. It is restrictive overall, but the people they're targeting are more people who, again, who are not wanting to conform. People who have alternative lifestyles, and I'm trying to keep my words proper. Just people who feel like they, just like general Americans, feel like they could do whatever they want whenever they want. Those people who the laws are going to affect the most. The same thing that I said that was pushed back for 2021, it's making its way. Pushed back for 2020 is making its way into 2021. So that's that. The whole Joe Biden presidential thing, as I said before, a lot of his energy seems slower in approving things, slow in movement. Him and the party, the Democratic Party, him and Kamala, there is separation there. There is a big blockage between them agreeing on things. And he has that old, like he's in a time warp, like he's in 1967 still. So the way that he is going to govern is going to have that kind of energy. It's almost like he wants everybody to be indoors by the time the street lights come on. So he has that kind of energy. I don't see him in. He may put some things in effect, but because he's so slow in doing things, it doesn't seem as impactful as it could be. But it does look like, I want to be careful with my words, but it does look like something is going to happen. Like either he gets sick, something is going to happen where it gives the Vice President, Kamala Harris, the way in to be able to do more. The virus thing. One other thing I want to add to that is I think I mentioned it, that there is another, it's like a spinoff or something. So they're talking about this vaccine and all these different preventive measures, but there's something that's going to be a twist to this whole soap opera where it's something else. And I don't keep up with the news actually. And I have heard of a different strand, but there is something else. So whatever anybody else knows about that, then it is what it is. All I know is what I see in spirit is that there's a different type of virus that they're not actually paying a lot of attention to yet. That's gonna be a problem. And I don't clearly see how much of a problem it's gonna be, but it's definitely coming up as an issue to be dealt with. That it's gonna kind of slide in somehow. In the money that I saw coming, maybe like summertime, the beginning, the reason why it's gonna be hard too is because there's a lot of restrictive measures, and the people who were doing all the SBA scamming and all the getting money when they wasn't supposed to get it, or whatever people was doing, they're breaking all that down. So the good are going to have to suffer with the bad when it comes to that, but there is going to be money that comes for people who legitimately can prove that they need it and that they're supposed to receive it. So there is going to be something coming. It's just going to be more towards the second half or the summer. It's going to be warm outside when I see this happening. But they're very particular about this money though. But with the relationship thing, that Spirit wanted me to add to that is, again, that set of people that I talked about who were in obsessive relationships where they really didn't like each other, but for the sake of making everyone think that they're happy and worried about what other people think, and they want people to believe that they're in this beautiful, happy relationship. The phony people, the people who are in toxic and relationships that they're just attached to the person and they just want to make it be something when they know Spirit has told them and showed them, and everything has happened to prove that they shouldn't be with these people. Those people who have remained in those relationships regardless, they made it through 2020 and they're still with that person. Those people, no matter how much offerings they give, sacrifices, they want sacrificing goats, cows, whatever, love spells, prayers to Jesus Christ. It don't matter if they working with the highest priest of the high priest. Those relationships are going to face a lot of breakage and turmoil. It is as if people have had the opportunity to rectify their own situations, and now they're going to face the destructive part of it. And again, my readings are not usually so hard and dark. I don't see life like that, but there's an iron fist that looks like it's coming down on a lot of issues in the world, and a lot of people that have had the opportunity to change their situations and do better. So those are some of the stronger things that Spirit has given me, that I needed to elaborate on from what I was receiving. But again, the brighter part of the 2021 reading that I saw was more towards the end of the year, and beautiful relationships where people actually are meeting the right people. Festivals, I see people in booths, I see people in sections, so it's not like people are just at open festivals just mingling with one another, but I do see some type of confined space. However, there is celebrations, there are festivals, there are things going on where people are celebrating life, celebrating love, celebrating family at the end of the year. But yeah, be mindful and do what you're supposed to do. Do your work, keep your protection, watch your money, save your money, and move forward.